Hello, ladies and germs. Happy holidays. So, today I wanted to go over some interesting products that I found online. I had seen recently on Twitter somebody posted a picture of a School Days cologne that was officially released by the studio that made the anime School Days, which, if you're not familiar, is terrible. I don't recommend watching it. However, I was curious because I've been sort of into fragrances for the last couple months. I was curious if any other studios had released anything similar to this. And in my searching, I found a website called otakusense.com. This is not a paid advertisement, by the way. I don't know the person that runs this. I don't know if these scents are going to be good at all. They specialize in selling a number of fragrance related anime products based off of or inspired by different anime characters. So, what I thought I would do, since they had a nice little deal for the holidays on samples, is order a bunch of the samples, kind of go over what I would expect the character to smell like, as well as what they actually smell like, and then maybe rank them on a tier list since that is very algorithm friendly. I have 12 different anime boys, or rather 11 anime boys and one anime girl that we're going to smell today. Um, so yeah, let's get into that. By the way, my technical assistant and homeboy Justice behind the camera helping me open all of these boxes.
Oh God, dude.
Okay, what do we got? What do we have
You
first?
ordered this one?
Yes, I ordered
Oh
what I
my
thought would be
God.
the funniest 12.
Alright, we're going straight to Pedoville. Got
Is that my
Hisoka.
man Hisoka from the anime Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter if you're an idiot? Okay, so this is Hisoka. I'm going to be explaining the notes here. If you guys want to purchase these, a full bottle is like $45. My assumption of this is that it's going to smell like bubblegum. As we all know, bungee gum, Hisoka's ability, has the properties of both rubber and gum. So maybe there's a rubber kind of back note, but I'm expecting a bubblegum fragrance. And it does appear that the notes here are bubblegum, vanilla, sandalwood, and musk. All right, I'm gonna spray this on the scent thing. I should not do this over my drink. Okay, so let's see what the old top notes have to say here. We got, oh, definitely bubblegum. That's kind of nice. It's like, it's definitely like there's that front hit of bubblegum, but then the vanilla takes over and it's like sweet, but it kind of smooths out the bubblegum notes. This is pretty good. You want to? Here, I'll let you smell it. You're right up in the schnoz.
Okay. Yeah, it does smell a bit sweet. Yeah, it reminds me of what that like that popsicle, the bubblegum popsicle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
With like the SpongeBob with the bubblegum eyes. Overall, though, this is pretty close to like what I would assume he might smell like. So I'm gonna give that a grade. We'll put that in A, actually. Hisoka, not too bad.
Okay,
Is starting off strong. This is I wouldn't tell anybody that I have on Hisoka, but overall, like you could wear this and people would be curious because it doesn't smell like any like standard, designer fragrance or anything. So it's maybe a little signature scent if you like the smell of bubblegum. Number two, being open right now. Let's find out. It's kind of fun. These are all like loot boxes. I don't know which one's next.
the Saja boys.
Oh, very, very popular characters right now. The Saja Boys from K-pop Demon Hunters. My assumption is based off of their hit single Soda Pop. I think it's called Soda Pop, right? If it's going to be Soda Pop, it's going to smell kind of fruity. I would assume sweet. Let's see what the notes they have here are. A little spicier than I was expecting. So we have we have bergamot, which is like a citrus, fig, bayberry. I don't know what the fuck that is. I've never heard of a bayberry in my life. Ambergris, patchouli, black pepper, and tobacco. So they went with like a real masculine profile for the Saja boys here. Not quite what I was expecting for the group that came up with Soda Pop or whatever the fuck that's called. Now these guys are demons, so maybe that's what they were thinking with the masculine notes. I am getting that patchouli a lot, a little bit of the tobacco. It's rather light. I'm not really getting too much of the black pepper or the ambergris, but yeah, that patchouli is coming through, and I don't know what to look for with bayberry, but it doesn't smell like soda pop in the slightest.
Dude, that just smells like the Dillards, bro.
Yeah, kind of does just smell like the inside of a Dillard's. I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't smell too great. Not that it smells like bad or stinky, but it's like yeah, it's kind of just like a generic men's fragrance. I'm gonna be honest, this did not impress me that much. I was really expecting something a lot more upbeat and kind of bubbly, fruity forward. I'm gonna have to go with like a C on this one. It smells like something you would wear if you were like a 45-year-old, like CEO maybe. But it doesn't smell rich. It's kind of like an office worker. You're like middle management with this.
It's giving Lowe's right
It's
now.
giving it's giving Lowe's store manager.
Yeah, I will agree with the C as well.
It's fine and not that impressive though for the Saja boys, unfortunately. Okay, for number 3, what do we have here?
Solo leveling himself,
Ooh, this one I'm excited for. We
Mr. Jin Woo.
we have Sung Jin Woo of Solo Leveling fame. Now, I'll be honest, this is one that has probably like the most amount of hype for me because it is a big part of his character that he smells really good. The one girl character in the whole show, who is like a very powerful hunter, thinks that all the other hunters stink, which I won't get into why because of spoilers. But Sung Jin Woo smells good, and he has been described as smelling like fresh laundry or like linens. Eucalyptus, lemon, apple, jasmine, patchouli, amber, and musk. I definitely see the idea behind the musk note. Eucalyptus probably to make it kind of smell like fresh, minty, sort of. So let's go ahead and spray this. So yeah, high hopes for this one. I think maybe the highest hopes of anybody in the batch. Ooh, wait a minute. This is good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could wear this. Hold on, Sung Jin Woo. Oh, so off the bat, that eucalyptus note is bringing a level of just immediate like freshness, like off the top, and then you get a little of that lemon and apple. There's some fruity sweetness to it. This is good though. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very impressed by Sung Jin Woo. I had high hopes for this, and I think this might be exceeding them. This is like it smells. I mean, so in the fragrance world, this would be deemed a blue scent because it's very like clean, kind of shower jelly.
I put it right below the Hisoka one.
You think it's worse than the Isoka one?
Yeah.
I'm for me personally, I'm gonna give this an S. Like this is quite fresh.
Oh.
It does give that ring of like laundry soap or just soap in general. It's very kind of like a soapy fragrance. But like that's the type of shit that I really like. Yeah, Sung Jin Woo, I'm gonna go S on this. This is my favorite of the bunch so far. Okay, so what do we have for our next fragrance?
We got Mr. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog cologne. Somebody like Shadow, I'm expecting a pretty like masculine scent. I would expect something a little darker, a little woodsy, but clean. Lavender, citrus, cedar, and oak moss. So it seems like it's gonna be that sort of like mossy woods range of scents. And personally, I'm a huge fan of citrus and cedar, just in general. I think that combo is kind of tried and true. And as we all know, who have played, Sonic and Shadow games, those games are not about going fast. As always, they've been about making it with human girls. So I expect this to be, kind of a chick magnet sort of scent. Let's see what we got going for Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay, it's not bad. Um, it is a little woodsy, and yeah, like the top note, the lavender is coming through. I'm getting mostly like lavender and woods, not really hitting that citrus note. It's like a little too outdoorsy for me. Like this would smell good in a candle. I'll say that. I don't know if I would put this like on my body. There's no note that really brightens it too much, which maybe that's supposed to be like a reflection of his inner darkness, you know? And so maybe that was the idea.
Yeah, it's just like not the strongest thing ever.
Yeah, it doesn't have too much punch to it. Like it doesn't, I don't know if there's like a projection sort of issue with it. I'm not that impressed though. I thought this would be a little darker. I would actually add, if you're taking notes, if you were seeing this video, someone sent this to you. I would say try and add some maybe like birch to this, like a smoky or woodsy note, to just add a little more like depth. I feel like it's missing a little depth that I was expecting with Shadow the Hedgehog, who is such a deep and interesting dark character in fiction. But I'm gonna have to go. I don't know if I would give it like a C. I think I do like it more than the Saja Boys cologne. But like I said, it smells more like a something that would be good in a candle than like a cologne. I'll give it like a B. I think like, yeah, low B, high C type of situation for Shadow the Hedgehog. So if you're curious, we're drinking a little Diet Coke and Crown Royal Apple tonight. So getting a little loose. Seto Kaiba. This is one that I did as I was buying it. I noticed something. So fragrance heads out there might know a little scent called Creed Aventus. As I was purchasing the Seto Kaiba, who's one of my favorite characters of all time, I actually read through this sort of scents listed here, the scent notes, and noticed something very interesting, which is that it pretty much is like a one for one the scent notes in Creed Aventus. We have pineapple, black currant, bergamot, patchouli, oak moss, birch, and ambergris. So Creed Aventus notes to compare with that: bergamot, black currant, apple, lemon, pink pepper, pineapple, patchouli, jasmine, birch, musk, oak moss, cedarwood, and ambroxan. So obviously missing a few here. So if she's hand making these, I wouldn't expect it to have like the same depth as like a very expensive perfume house, but I'm expecting this to smell a lot like Creed Aventus, which is very funny because that is a rich guy scent, and it does read Seto Kaiba. Like I actually would think that he would wear Creed Aventus if he wore something. So generally, what I'm expecting from this is going to be that pineapple-y, smoky birch sort of scent. And you know what? I'll be damned. It does smell pretty close. Um, Hold on, actually. So yeah, not to flex my collection here, but I did want to do a little one to one. I have some Creed here and Kaiba, and I will say you do get the pineapple. You do get a little of that smoky kind of birch note. It's a little sweeter. Yeah. That one's a little spicier. For $45, if you like the scent profile of Creed Aventus, sort of spicy, smoky, pineapple-y scent, get yourself a bottle of Seto Kaiba. Because this actually does a pretty decent job. It's not as powerful. I don't think it would last as long. It's not like quite, it doesn't smell quite as like rich to me, but it's not bad. It's got some punch to it. It's a little out there, and it's a really good. I would say for both of these, it's a really good sort of like night out. Like maybe you're at a bar or a club and you're fighting with other aromas and things going on, and you want to stand out a little bit. Kaiba might be that fragrance. So I think by default, I'm gonna have to give this like an A. It's not like one to one. It's not like quite as complex, but it's pretty good. I would wear Seto Kaiba. And I'm probably not going to ever buy another bottle of Creed Aventus in my life. I might buy a Kaiba for $45. Shit, man. Yeah, why not?
Right. This next set right here, it's gonna send you on a bizarre adventure.
Ooh, the villain of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Dio Brando. Now, I will admit openly, I am not the biggest JoJo head. I know. Shocker. Dio, however, I do like as a character, so I thought he'd be the most interesting one to sniff. I'm expecting sort of like the scent of somebody who does think they're like better than everybody. Something a little powerful, forward, similar to the Kaiba cologne, maybe. A little spicy, but like fresh. That's what I'm expecting with a Dio Brando cologne. We have Japanese grapefruit, similar to Japanese breakfast, bergamot, lemon, peppercorn, ginger, and frankincense. One of the three gifts given to Jesus H. Christ on the day of his birth. I'll be honest, I don't really know what frankincense smells like. How much JoJo's have I seen? I've seen the first part of JoJo's, which everyone says you gotta watch part 2 and 3, so you get to 5, and 5 is the goat and all this, and it's like, okay, I respect JoJo's as like an institution. I have many friends who love and swear by JoJo's, but just haven't found the time. It's fresh. The citrus is there, but I'm not really getting any of that ginger. I'm not really getting any of that peppercorn. Well, I would expect a vampire to smell clean,
Okay.
like, or at least alluring. Maybe you do expect like a darker, more alluring fragrance for an Edward Cullen or a Dracula. Some like really artificial citrus scents will smell kind of like pine sol, like a cleaner. I'm not getting that. It's nice. Like this might be one that like again is like a candle would be nice in like a bathroom. That sounds like an indictment. I'm just not getting any of the other spicy notes that I want out of this. Like I'm a big ginger fan. I'm a big peppercorn fan. I'm just not getting it. It's just not there. That might be my least favorite so far. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in D. The Prince of All Saiyans, Vegeta. Now this is sort of an interesting one because I don't think there's anything that like comes to mind immediately when thinking of like what Vegeta smells like. I think most people would think it'd be like dirt, like dirt and sweat. He's a monkey man. He fights and trains a lot. I don't think he himself would be concerned with what he smells like. But if he were like taking Bulma on like a nice date, I would expect him to want to have a little more forward, a little punchy, spicy, maybe like a Versace like Eros Flame, a little warm, fresh, spicy sort of scent. It looks like it's going to be a woodsy sort of sea breezy scent. It's really super like light and inoffensive. Like the musk, I think, is probably the number one thing in this. But it's almost nothing at all, which in a way makes sense because I don't think he's like a cologne guy. Like I don't think he's really that into having to put on. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Vegeta, you're like, I'm the Prince of the Saiyan. I'm pulling Bulma. I'm a short king. I definitely don't love the scent. It's not something I would wear. It is in that realm of like candle wax melt type of thing. It doesn't give me the thing I'm looking for here. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this is also like a C tier. All right, so what do we have up next on the docket here?
This next one, Kacha, I got this set for you. From me, your best friend, Izuku Midoriya.
Oh my god, it's Deku
The number one
Midoriya.
hero of the world.
All for one, or rather, one for all. All for one is the bad one, right? I don't want to get them confused because I don't want to, like make a bunch of 12-year-olds sad. Our emo streak is now broken. Deku, now, this is a kind of interesting one to think about. He's not a very forward person. He's very much the opposite of like a Seto Kaiba. I think this will be probably a little lighter, more subtle, and probably a little sweeter. I imagine a sweet fragrance for a sweet kid like Deku. The note here says, "I'm not going to be your worthless punching bag Deku forever, Kachan. I'm the Deku who always does his best." We have bergamot, cotton flower, rose, and amber. So expecting sort of a sweet, lightly floral, lightly citrusy thing with this. Let's see how this goes. Okay, let's try these top notes here. This hits. Not something I would wear. Definitely not my style. But it's pretty much all the things I would expect out of a Deku fragrance. It is floral. The floral note is definitely there. The rose is coming through. The cotton flower is coming through. I think. I don't know exactly what cotton flower smells like. And there's a little fruitiness with the bergamot, and then that there is some sweetness with the amber. Like all the notes, it's pretty simple. I would say it's really not like a deep sort of scent for honestly not a very deep character. It's giving like bathroom freshener a little bit.
I don't know about this one, Kacha.
It's not. It doesn't have like powerful aroma in any sort of way. It's like a nice guy scent, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you're like a soft e-boy type, this might actually hit.
I'd probably be comforted. I can't deny.
Yeah, it's comfortable. It is. That's a very good way of putting it. It's like a comfortable scent. Stylistically, I think it matches Midoriya. I would say this is like a B. Let's say you're like a soft boy, sort of e-boy who's like into emo girls who like take advantage of you mentally and emotionally. That might be your scent right there because you're just gonna take it. Like you're gonna just be completely spineless, and it'll just be a beautiful relationship for you, and you'll remember it forever. And we have up next.
we, we have Mr. Child Support, Mr. Gojo Slayer himself.
Okay, Toji. Anybody who's attracted to masculine men with long collarbones and great general shape. I'm sure you're very interested to see what Toji smells like, as am I. We have citrus, lavender, spice, jasmine, geranium, amber, patchouli, woods, moss, and vanilla. It looks like it's mostly like citrusy, spicy woods. Oh, this one's kind of jumping off the paper just as I'm like drying it down here. Woof! Holy moly. This smells like aftershave. That shit is crazy, dog. Okay, jumping out far more than the last couple have. The last few have been like all very subtle. This one could offend some people. I kind of would expect something like that from a Toji fragrance, something a little bit more experimental. It's more powdery than I was expecting it to be. It's like a very mature scent. It reminds me of, I don't know if anyone's ever smelled Brute aftershave. It's the most Middle Eastern scent of these scents that we've had so far.
Yeah.
If you're into fragrances at all and you bought some of these like Middle Eastern fragrances, you'll know that like some of them pack like a punch. Or if you've ever walked by like a mall kiosk and smelled some of those folks, some of those beautiful salesman folks that are usually ripped out of their mind and jacked and wearing all black, and they try and sell you stuff as you walk by. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. It's a statement fragrance. I'll say that. I kind of feel like I like it more than the last few. I think I might give this an A. It's definitely, I feel like, a more mature sort of scent, but it catches your attention. Like if you put this on, people are going to smell you. It's got some projection to it, and it's definitely going to like turn heads a little bit. Okay, so to follow that up, what do we have next?
You know what? You're a twink. I'm gonna go smoke some weed now.
Oh my god, it's Sasuke. Another emo boy who I'm sure so many people wonder what this guy smells like. Now, I do have to make an admittance here. I'm a weeb. I have never seen Naruto front to back. Never seen it all the way through. I do think Sasuke is cool. I have to admit that. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I got too many of the same type of character in this batch. On the Sasuke scent, we have Calabrian bergamot, chicory wood, which is commonly a smoking wood. So we'll see if there is a smoky note to it. He's a ninja. Surely he has some smoke in here. That's what like I'm looking forward to here. Sweet hay. I don't know what sweet hay is, and white patchouli. Let me spray one more just to make sure that's not a prank. The top notes right away, not a fan. It's like odd. I don't know what to make of this one. I'm pulling neurons from different parts of my brain to like try and like piece this together as to like what the idea was here. Potion Shop. It's giving Potion Shop 10 hours on YouTube. Go look up Ocarina of Time Potion Shop for 10 hours.
That's great. It is emo.
It is a little emo.
It is emo.
Yeah, it's got the patchouli's there. It almost smells like a room after you've burnt through a whole incense stick, but then they haven't burned another one for like 3 days. So it's like the after scent of like an incense stick being burned. It's not like the incense as it's burning, but more like the result of like how your room smells once the incense is sort of sunk into the like the walls and I don't know how to describe it. It's not great. If I was a girl and I was like, dating an emo boy, and he invited me over, and I came into his room, it might smell like this. I I'm gonna say this is like again like a C, like maybe a D. It's probably a D.
No, it's a C.
You think it's a C?
I think it's a C. It's not that bad. It's giving. I just smoked a bunch of weed in my car and I sprayed the air freshener in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. I could see that too. I think maybe D and F are like for like offensive scents.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
This is not like an offensive scent. It's just like it's reminiscent of like a more interesting scent. I'm gonna go ahead and say C.
All right.
I think we're on like the last couple, right?
We have two more.
Two more left. Groomer Goat, Makima. This is the lone female in the bunch. By the way, if you want me to buy more like female fragrances to test out and explain to you guys, put that in the comments. I'd be happy to. This is a little bit in celebration of the announcement of the International Assassins arc, which I'm very excited for. Chainsaw Man, top one manga maybe ever? Who knows? Now, what am I expecting Makima to smell like? That's a tough question.
Roses.
So I am expecting some floral. I'm with you on that. Kind of like light and elegant. I think she, as a character, Makima kind of like expresses herself as a more like cutesy, delicate type of person, but then obviously she's got some more going on. So we'll see if we get some of those like delicate, cute notes, but maybe a little bit of spice, maybe some interesting notes in there. White jasmine, pink peppercorn, tea rose petal, so a little bit of rose, gold amber, sugar, cashmere, and suede. So a lot of these are like very rich scents, um, which should end up, with a pretty elegant floral, but maybe a lightly spicy scent. So we'll see how this goes. It's got a lot of projection. Just in spraying it, I can already like smell it off of the paper. It's good. It's not as floral as I was expecting. There's definitely some floral note to it. It's sweet. I'm definitely getting like the amber and the sugar. And the cashmere and suede is there. It's giving, in a weird way, it's giving like library. It has like a sort of nostalgic scent to it. I like this personally. I would say it is more for like a more like mature.
Oh, this is nice.
It's
This is my
nice though,
favorite.
right?
Yeah, this is my
This is
favorite one.
it's like clean, fresh, and there it does have the florals, and it's a little sweet, and it's a little bit like a fresh linen sort of scent. This is kind of a comforting scent. Like I would say,
It gives you that feeling of like having a crush, kind of.
yeah,
You know
like
what I'm
it,
saying?
it is. There's something nostalgic and comforting about the scent. Like if I was like hugging a girl and she smelled like this, I would feel like relaxed at that moment. You know what I'm saying? It's placating. Like it feels like if you sprayed this into a crowd, everyone would kind of like chill out. But yeah, it doesn't have any of the like the spice or the punch that I was necessarily expecting. But that's maybe okay. Maybe that's like I would say it's kind of more elegant and calming.
This is the best one.
You think this is the best one?
This is the best
I'm okay with that. I'll put this in S. If I was on a date with a girl and she was wearing Makima, I would kind of be like, in a trance, which I guess is like, par for the course with the character. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that one. I fuck with that
one.
heavy.
So is it above or below Mr. Solo Leveling?
Oof. Oh, that's tough. I think I still like the Sungjin Woo one more, but I guess I'm like picturing like myself wearing these. It's close. It's really close. It's like marginal, but I would probably give Sungjin Woo the edge for me personally. But you think it's the best one?
100%.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Like yeah, I'm totally fine with either one there. That is quite a good scent. Okay, and for our final scent, I think I actually know who this is going to be. By process of elimination, we have
Oh my, Gojo Satoru and his gay
Gojo
boyfriend.
Satoru. Satoru Gojo. Okay, so if I'm putting myself into the headspace of somebody designing a fragrance for Satoru Gojo, I'm thinking like I would think like a Blue Day Chanel, but then I thought about it a little more, and I think he's a little toxic and a little darker. And in my head, I was realizing he is like the poster boy for somebody that would wear like Dior Sauvage, which is like the toxic male manipulator scent. But if we're looking at the scent profile here, so we have mandarin, pepper, cypress, ebony wood, leather, amber, and musk. So I would expect it to be pretty good. Citrus woods, classic combination. Okay, so off the bat, the top notes are there. I'm getting citrus. It's a little sweet. I'm actually getting some of the pepper, which I feel like for most of these that have had like a pepper note, I haven't got that. And I'm getting the woods. However, the woods and the spiciness of the pepper are making this, to me at least, smell like mosquito repellent. It's reminding me of like camping.
Dude, this is giving like the orange like surface cleaner, bro.
You're getting like orange cleaner. That's interesting because yeah, the
Yeah.
mandarin note. I'm not really getting much of the like mandarin citrus. It smells like spicy woods, but in a way that reminds me of like one of those like DEET free like mosquito repellents that just smells like citrusy
No, there's one
bullshit.
that my dad gets. It smells like Fruit Loops. I can see
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah. It smells like a mosquito repellent without DEET. In a way, it's like kind of makes sense because of his whole power of being able to like repel people. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's not what they were going for with this. I think they were trying to go for like a citrusy, woodsy kind of blue fragrance. That's disappointing. I'm gonna say maybe like a C at best. It might
Yeah,
even be a D.
low C, high D.
Yeah, like low C, high D. I was expecting a much cleaner, like brighter, fresher sort of scent. Yeah, not my favorite. C at best. Well, I think that is going to be the last of the scents that we had today. If you guys like this video and you're interested in how more anime boys or girls or any other characters that you're interested in smell, I'll be happy to make a part two. Just let me know. In addition, if you want any of these scents, please go to otakuscents.com, which again, I am not sponsored by. I'm making not a penny off of this video. Overall, I would say I've been pretty impressed by these. As a guy who considers himself a fragrance connoisseur, these aren't like, designer level, but they're pretty good for the price. A few of them at least. And shout out to my personal winner from this batch, Sung Jin Woo. I actually will probably be wearing this at some point. This is like I said, it's fresh. It's kind of like a gym fragrance, maybe, but like, yeah, this is just like an everyday. Like, you could definitely wear this sort of thing every day, and it's better than a lot of designer fragrances I've smelled for like a similar purpose. Yeah, Sung Jin Woo. Turns out he's him. I'm no Jeremy Fragrance, but hopefully I illustrated the scents so you could picture them in your head. Thank you for watching, and shout outs to otakusense.com.